Are you proposing taking away their guns, and how would this work?
I am. If it's a weapon that was designed to kill people, hell yes, we're gonna take your AR-15, your AK-47.
That no one should have a weapon designed for war that's used to kill people as effectively, as efficiently, in as great a number as possible, because it can be used, as he tried to do last night, as a tool of intimidation to try to change our politics based on violence or threatened violence. So with more than 10 million of these AR-15s and AK-47s out there, this old policy and tactic of relying on polls and allowing the NRA to set the terms of the debate no longer works for me and no longer works for this country. I say,
the NRA? The NRA? No, Robert Francis O'Rourke, with your made-up name. That pretends that you have a deeper connection with the Latino population. It is the Second Amendment that defines the terms in this debate. If you hear my burgers cooking, I'm sorry, but a guy's gotta eat. Anyone familiar with law knows that language and definitions are important when considering how a law is translated. You'll see in Congress where they won't pass a particular law because they think the language is too broad. So let's go through word by word and see what the Second Amendment actually says. A well-regulated militia.
A weapon designed for war.
Oh shit! The Democrats just threw a party. This means that you can't own a firearm. I'm gonna show you where that's wrong. Sorry, Duns.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Militia refers to a body of citizens armed and trained by the state for military service, apart from the regular armed forces. It is composed of physically fit civilians eligible by law for military service. It characterizes a military force recruited directly from civilians who would not otherwise be liable to serve in the state's regular armed forces. From the Oxford Dictionary, a military force that is raised from the civil population to supplement a regular army in an emergency, or a military force that engages in rebel or terrorist activities in opposition to a regular army. Now don't be swayed by the definition. This is exactly what the colonists did, what our forefathers did when they revolted against the British. All right, let's get to the next part. Being necessary to the security of a free state. So the first statement was a preamble for the main objective in this amendment. A well-regulated militia is necessary for the security of a free state. Now let's just be sure here, the definition of necessary, it frequently imports no more than that one thing is convenient or useful or essential to another. The right of the people, which I'm pretty sure our forefathers did on purpose, given that the first words in the Constitution is we the people. The right of the people to keep and bear arms. This is where the politicians think that they can twist the story and say that civilians should not own weapons of war, and that is emphatically wrong. In the law dictionary, arms are anything that a man wears for his defense or takes in his hands or uses in his anger to cast at or strike another. This term, as it is used in the Constitution relative to the right of the citizens to bear arms, refers to the militiaman or soldier, and the word is used in its military sense. The arms of the infantry soldier are the musket and bayonet of cavalry and dragoons, the saber, holster pistols, and carbine of the artillery, the field piece, the Saiga gun, and mortar with sidearm. And then it goes on further to say that this term cannot be used to cover weapons such as dirks, daggers, slingshots, swords, canes. The right of the people to keep and bear arms, military arms, shall not be infringed. Now, just in case there were any other questions about what's in the Second Amendment, shall is another word for must. Infringe means to violate. Shall not violate. With all the definitions that we looked up, I did a little exercise that my third grade teacher taught me to understand sentences better. A well-regulated military force raised from civilians being essential to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear military weapons must not be violated. I don't know how much more cut and dry it can get. In fact, according to this interpretation, the NFA laws are unjust. So Robert Francis, you want to take away my right to defend my family, my country, however I see fit. But listen here, the NRA is not setting the terms of my rights. The Second Amendment in the Constitution, in the Bill of Rights, sets the terms for my ability to defend my family, myself, and my country. End of story. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe. I will be putting out more videos like this with Second Amendment news. I might dive into some politics here and there just to lift the sheep's fur off of the wolf so that you can clearly see what is actually going on in the government and what these people are actually saying. Because a lot of the things that our elected leaders are saying are violations of our rights. And it's important that we understand what our rights are so that we can protect them by whatever means possible, so that we can contact our elected leaders and tell them to stop infringing on our rights, whatever rights they may be. I promise you, if you let them take the Second Amendment, all the rest of the rights go right out the door. Once they take one, what's to stop them from taking the rest? But the beautiful thing is our forefathers armed us with this Constitution, with this document that preserves our rights. Anyways, I hope you're having a great time, great day. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.